Hey guys, it's Ash here, Rayshot Legends. Welcome to the video. Sending some love, some positive vibes your way, especially if you need them out there today. Well, I'm a few hours late here, but I did want to react to the Grim Forest update preview. This is the official video, basically breaking down a lot more than previously we had. At the very least, it's aggregating all of the info that we already knew and giving us new visuals to back up all of the stuff. There's a lot of clues in this video too, in terms of, or maybe not clues, maybe just like nuggets along the way in terms of I guess some of the bonuses, some of the boons that we encounter in the Grim Forest as well. I made a video talking about the mythical champion that's going to be the, farmable or free or whatever you want to call it, that we eventually get from fragments from the Grim Forest. I think she's super underwhelming, but maybe TBD. I'd be happy to eat crow there because, if she has insane multipliers on her alternate form, maybe she'll be a banger. If you haven't seen that video or you haven't seen the Mythicals kit, I talk about that in the video that I will link in the description on my main channel. We go through the entire kit, both forms, and I give my concerns there. But anyway, without further ado, let's jump into the actual Grim Forest preview because there's a lot to get to here. So here we go.
Upon us, and we want to give you a glimpse at one massive present we've got prepared for you. So in this update preview, let's take a sneak peek at one of the most ambitious features Raid has ever seen. Welcome to the Grim Forest. Consider this a whistle-stop tour to whet your appetite. We'll cover all the precise mechanical details in a future feature guide. If you've braved the blood-soaked streets of the Cursed City, you'll feel right at home in the Grim Forest. It's a huge new map filled with dangers and treasure alike. But this is...
If we can just look right out the gate here, some things jump out at you, right? First of all, they say this is the most ambitious feature or whatever they said. And I actually think they're, from what I see so far, I think there's a lot of truth to that. There's a lot to this game mode. It is not Cursed City. It seems way better, way more detailed, in-depth. I don't want to say complicated, but there's a lot more to it, okay? So we have the fog of war kind of surrounding the map. We have rankings, quests, a vendor in team decks, okay? We have squad progress levels as well, and also different types of levels, as well as charm section and charms leading to a chest.
This is more than just Cursed City 2.0. We've really raised the bar with the Grim Forest. It is a haunted place blanketed in an eerie, unnatural fog. Not only will your line of sight be limited as you traverse this shadowy wilderness, but each monthly rotation will see the very paths and stages you previously walked shift and change. Moreover, the maps...
Sorry, I'm toggling my mic on and off here. So now we get a little bit more filled in here. So you can see like these major levels, E levels, M levels, boss levels, existing boss levels. We see Queen Eva, we see Mashald here, we see Lanicus, Shuzen. So there's definitely existing bosses. Bigin way up there in the corner. You can barely see him too. So this is interesting, a combination of these new 7 bosses as well as kind of boss levels, to speak, or mini bosses, I guess. Interestingly enough. And then the charms, you can see Black Shroud here. So the old camp, there's definitely sections similar to Centranos map that I'm sure will escalate in terms of difficulty as well.
For normal and hard difficulties...
Oh, and I do like that it changes every month, like that real roguelike element to it. It's not the same thing on the same rotation like we have in Cursed City and Doom Tower, right?
Will differ, making each foray into the Grim Forest a new experience. You'll always begin your journey at the old camp, the safest part of the map. From there are 5 more regions to explore, though the difficulty of stages in those regions can be mixed. Within those regions hide countless secrets and multiple bosses to battle, including 7 powerful foes unique to the Grim Forest. You can only take so many actions per day, but there will be plenty of time to explore the map. Not only do you need to be selective about the path you take, but also the champions you choose to accompany you on this journey. When you first enter the Grim Forest for a particular rotation, you'll need to pick your squad of champions. Your squad is comprised of 2 team decks, with normal mode seeing you pick 10 champions per deck, and hard mode requiring 20 per deck.
So I gave my thoughts on this. I actually like this. I already see the comments. A lot of people do not like the RNG, that you'll get random champions from these decks. To me, and I know I'm in the vast minority here, and it's easy for me to say, I have a lot of champions and playing this game for a long time. Totally get all that. But I also got to be true to my opinion, right? I mean, that's what we do here. I don't want to just pander and say it sucks because of RNG. I like it. It actually puts an emphasis on drafting, I think, more versatile champions, right? Not to say that you want everybody to be a support, but you do want to make sure that you have champions that can kind of tick off multiple boxes, and I like that overall. So it says, choose champions to fill your team deck. Both team decks collectively form your overall squad. Then when you enter a stage, the champions you choose to enter the battle will be drawn randomly from your team decks. Strategize carefully as your squad composition determines your success. Now, what I'm unclear on, and I don't think they've gone in, is like, what is the difference between team 1 and team 2? Do we select which deck? Are certain decks only available on certain stages? I'm not sure about that yet.
Whenever you enter a stage, the game will randomly select champions from both your decks, and you must pick which ones you bring into battle. You can redraw this champion selection
Well, there we go. You can redraw, though, as well.
up to 4 times a day, and you'll gain some abilities as you explore that give you more precise control over your team composition. But at some point, you'll need to play the champions you're dealt. As you explore the Grim Forest, you'll discover chests that contain all manner of rewards. But in the gloom, not all is as it seems. Some of these chests would prefer to dine out on you. If you fall foul on one of these mimics, hit it with everything you've got. Who knows what treasures it will...
So Mimic lore is pretty cool. It comes from Dungeons & Dragons, to my knowledge. Maybe it predates that too, but that's when I first encountered mimics, playing D&D back in the day. And yeah, there's little chests that are treasure in disguise, but they're really enemies. We can see that we're getting like Iron Twinsy coins, mortal whatever, for Awakenings. And we have new resources here. Maybe these are the charms or something related to. We have coins, we have these things, an experience, and you can see that, you know, we already talked about the energy, but this distorted energy or whatever they're calling it will be specific to the Grim Forest, which is nice. We don't have to use our normal, you know, energy or anything like that in this game mode. So really you can look at it as, you know, all of these rewards that we get, even if you're not a fan of every dynamic of the update, they will be just in addition to everything that you normally do, which is kind of cool.
Cough up. It's not just mimics. There's a particularly slippery customer that you'll encounter as you explore the Grim Forest, named Phrygius the Trove Master. This greedy thief delights in ambushing adventures and robbing them blind. So why not give him a taste of his own medicine? If you encounter Phrygius on your travels, you'll have a limited number of turns to pile on the pain before he runs away like the coward he is. The more damage you deal, the more Grim coins and Grim gold he'll drop. You can use these ill-gotten gains to buy curios, Grim Forest-specific gear from the vendor.
All right, let's look at this gear. Interesting that you have a limited amount of turns to kill him or he runs. That's a whole new dynamic too. It brings me back to like my Dragon Quest, Dragon Warrior days where, you know, they used to have like, I don't know, I'm probably dating myself here. They used to have these mobs that were like really high in terms of the rewards, like metal slimes is what they were in the game, but they would run so quickly. So you'd have like this artificial time that you need to kill them before they ran, which I really like. So I want to rewind. I want to take a look at these rewards. They're all very interesting here. This is in the vendor associated with the Grim Forest, right? So squad reshuffles we can buy for 500 coins. It's all anecdotal, but how many coins did we have off of that win again? Let me look, because that will give us at least maybe a little something. 150 coins from that win. So, you know, per win, 150. I didn't even notice if it was normal. It's pretty anecdotal or hard mode, but still, okay, squad reshuffles seem to be very important. Amulet for reaching roots, okay. We have a Phoenix Quill. We have a Dragon Astrolabe. Interesting. We have a Sapphire Elixir. All of this stuff, the rubies, the statuettes. I mean, we don't know what any of it is. Really interesting, though.
Grim Forest specific gear from the vendor. Alongside...
Okay, so it's for Grim Forest specific gear. There we go. All right, so it looks like, you know, forging material. Medium vendor, and then we have chests. The most expensive vendor chest is 4,500. I wonder if we get to open one of these bad boys and see what's in it.
A chest containing the shiny new Mercurial gear set, as well as other special items. Along with mimics and Phrygius, you can encounter 4 other roaming bosses along the Grim Forest winding roads, but these are small fry compared to the menace that lurks at this land's heart. Meet Leshen, the Entangled One. This terrifying creature is the embodiment of the Gloomland's malice and acts as its wandering warden. Cutting this lumbering tree down to size is the ultimate goal of the Grim Forest game mode. To face it in battle, you'll need to have collected 3 Grim Crowns from specific battles against powered-up mythical champions, hidden around the map. However, Leshen won't come to this battle without backup. Remember those 4 roaming bosses I briefly mentioned? When your champions come knocking...
This is pretty epic, I won't lie. He looks kind of like Feral the Barkhorn, merged with Arbias's second form, something like that, aesthetically. But then you have to fight all the bosses. We get our look at all the bosses in addition to Leishun, or whatever his name is. This is interesting.
Leshen will summon these 4 to fight alongside him in the final battle. They are Maximos, the Weeping Blade, Ishith, the Crimson Siren, Torres, the Bestial Flame, and Drognell, the Eternal Gatherer. If you want to fight 5 bosses at once, I certainly won't stop you. But it's generally a good idea to take out Leshen's posse of minions before going after the big bad tree. As you continue your fight through the Grim Forest, you'll level up your squad progress. Each level will unlock a new trait card, a passive stat boost.
All right, so this is very interesting. So first of all, it seems like you can beat the bosses individually, then you don't have to encounter them at the end, which is really cool because players who can easily beat the boss and all the bosses together will be able to kind of speed run right to that, you know, without having to clear all the other bosses. Although I would intuitively want to clear all the other bosses anyway to get the rewards personally, but we don't know, you know, all the specifics. But it seems like you can save time and go directly to the boss and fight all the mini bosses at the same time. Or if you're not powerful enough, or if you just want all the rewards, you can go ahead and defeat the bosses and you won't have to encounter them again at the end. That's my impression. We have trait cards, right? So these are interesting. Stat bonuses from trait cards are granted to all champions in the Grim Forest. So we get these cards that can give us these big boosts in the Grim Forest itself. You can see these are rare only. So obviously there's different rarities, epic and legendary, maybe mythical as well, where we can get these pretty decent speed, defense, HP, accuracy. Well, you guys can see the stats here. And we can choose as well, all playing into that roguelike kind of feature that they're trying to basically add into this game mode, right? Everything's different. Everything is kind of bespoke to the user who has a certain degree of autonomy when navigating this forest. Right?
Passive stat boost that will empower your entire squad in this game.
Sorry, I muted myself and then immediately this came. So you can see I'm actually covering up the altars section. Very interesting. Don't know what that is yet. And then we have the trait cards. And again, you can see the total stat bonuses. So the curios, find altars to unlock curio slots. So it looks like this is all making sense when we take this in the context of the vendor as well. Very interesting. So this is player info screen. You can see your total stats, all your trait cards, all your altars, and all your curios as well as your squad progress level. There's a lot to this, a lot of depth here. Certainly, like I said earlier, a lot different than Centranos, a lot more than Centranos.
Game mode. You can also upgrade your curios to gain additional abilities for champions in this game mode. You'll want a fully upgraded set of these powerful trinkets to take Leshen down. You can view all your progress via your squad profile, but keep in mind, your squad progress level and curios will reset with each Grim Forest rotation. Each new rotation means a new map layout to explore, new strategies to employ, and more goodies to find. Finally, let's talk rewards. Alongside mode-specific resources, you can unearth chests that contain all manner of goodies, including champion fragments and souls to summon and awaken Anaxia.
All right, so we already talked about the underwhelming, at least initially, Anaxia. You can see that we have new charms, we have the fragments of the mythical, and then we have the gear, the mercurial set, which we've spoken about as well. I think that there's a lot of mixed reaction to this set. I think this set is going to be really powerful, especially in endgame meta in the arena with the total guard ability, especially on the 3 stacks, the 9-piece bonus for support champions. Really looks nasty to me.
Souls to summon and awaken Anaxia, the Reborn. A brand new mythical champion only available via the Grim Forest. On top of that, you can earn Cursed Remnants, relic crafting materials for a new relic group, and gear from the previously mentioned Mercurial set. This new set excels at protecting valuable champions with its bonuses to HP, resistance, and speed, as well as stacks of a brand new buff called Total Guard. Each Total Guard stack prevents an instance of any damage or negative effects. That's pretty strong, right? Just be mindful that bosses can strike through Total Guard, so don't rely on it as your trump card. Like with Doom Tower and Cursed City, you can also secure bragging rights by scoring high on the Grim Forest rankings. If decking your account out with a sweet new look is more your thing, you can earn yourself a shiny new avatar frame as well. So, that's your whistle-stop tour through the Grim Forest and the numerous perils that lie within. Keep your eyes peeled for a more comprehensive feature guide coming soon, along with videos from our expert content creators, who will dive deep on every aspect of this new game mode. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for all the latest.
All right, let's thumbs that up, and let's leave a comment. I'm going to say... honestly, I'm going to say love the depth, love the strategy and format. Wish rewards were just a hair better, winky face. There we go. I'm going to leave my comment there. Yeah, so honestly, that's how I feel about it, right? Like, I'm a little underwhelmed. I wish there were shards. I wish there were, you know, and who knows? I don't want to, I mean, it's not like we got a robust, to the point at the end of the video. Not like we got a massive, robust, you know, breakdown of everything in this update. But overall, you know, I wish the rewards were a little bit more enticing. I wish I saw some mythical skill tomes, some primal shards, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I really like what they did here. I think there's lot of depth to it so far. I'm really eager and excited to pick my squad, to talk about champions that I would recommend. Speaking of which, by the way, I'll have a collab with Cruisin' on my main channel in about 6 to 7 hours from now, going live. Check that out. One of the top players in the game giving his recommendations on which type of champions to use. Again, that will be on the main channel. In the meantime, right now, go ahead and check out Anaxia, the new mythical skill sets, and why I think they're a little bit underwhelming. That video is right there on the screen. Thanks for watching. Much love, and as always, take care, guys.